100 small but true facts about the body. The human body is a complex and unexplored universe. Don't believe it? Well, then this will be a very short video. Wait, what if I tell you that there is an organ we didn't know about until 2019? How so? There are other amazing facts. Ready to learn about them. Brushing your teeth is not always beneficial. If you do it too binnously, you can erase the enamel. Neurons actually regenerate and do so quite quickly, up to 5 mme per day, as long as the cell they are in remains undamaged. You can be proud of your chin as no one else has one. Only humans do. You don't like the sound of your own voice in recordings because you are used to hearing it in your head. There it sounds different. The skull bones change it. You blink more than 15,000 times a day, and the eyelid muscles are the fastest in the entire body. Nails grow faster on the dominant hand, and even faster in summer and on sunny days. But in winter, not so actively. All the bones in your body are completely renewed every 10 years. After this time, you will be a new person. We have much more in common with a banana than you think. Humans share 60% of their DNA with this fruit. Fat turns into CO2 in water, meaning you exhale it. Plus, there's enough fat in your body to make about 7 bars of soap. Remember Fight Club. The only part of the body that doesn't receive blood is the cornea of the eye. It gets oxygen directly from the air. Children have 100 more bones than adults. Some fuse together with age. No one knows exactly how many muscles are involved when you smile or frown. Moreover, some people have 40% fewer facial muscles. Every year, the average person sheds about 2 kilograms 700 grams of skin. Hopefully not all at once. Taste receptors cannot be seen with the naked eye. Bumps on the tongue are papillae, and the receptors are on top. By the way, the receptors themselves live only 10-14 days, and then they are replaced. Almost like interns. The skin on the fingertips wrinkles underwater to provide better grip. But scientists have not yet figured out why. Women see more color variations than men. On average, they distinguish about 3-4 times more shades. Breathing and blinking are the only processes that happen automatically but can be controlled. You just started paying attention to this, didn't you? There is an organ that was discovered only in 2019. This is the interstitium tissue between other organs and muscles. Write down this word. We'll have a quiz later. Perhaps, in the process of evolution, we will lose our toe tips. Originally, our ancestors used them to climb trees, and they were much longer. Now we hardly use them. Pain is a necessary reaction that helps us understand that something is wrong. If it weren't there, we wouldn't be able to diagnose many diseases and wouldn't buy aspirin. Lint gathers in the belly button because there are tiny hairs that grow specifically to collect it. True, the liver is the only organ that can grow back to its original size, even if only a tiny piece of it remains. Only the head is prone to alopecia or baldness, so hair is usually transplanted from other parts of the body. The tongue in the mouth has no relaxed position. It is always tense but never gets tired, although it is a muscle. Stretching, like yawning, increases blood flow to the muscles and also stimulates the production of endorphins. Because of this, you feel good and become alert. By the way, about yawning, it helps to get more oxygen when the brain is tired and needs a boost. Like now. Contagiousness is not only about yawning. When you see someone scratching vigorously, you'll want to scratch too. Scratching sends a pain signal to the brain, which distracts attention from the itch. Your foot is the same length as your forearm from the wrist to the elbow. Check it out. And also, you glow a little, but the light is so faint that you don't see it. In space, you become a bit taller because there is no gravity and the spine relaxes. And the higher you are, the faster you age. Many don't like being tickled, but still laugh because it's an involuntary reflex. It can even hurt, but they still won't stop laughing. Try to tickle others carefully. The largest bone in the human body is the femur, and the smallest is the stapes. It is located in the middle of the ear and is only 2.5 mm long. We don't remember childhood because our memory develops in adolescence. Before that, there was too much unknown in our lives to remember everything correctly. We blush due to an adrenaline rush. Moreover, the gastric mucosa also blushes. Check it out, swallow some GoPro and you'll see no, don't do that. The exact reason why we have fingerprints is unknown. Perhaps to improve touch. I think it's just to keep the FBI busy. Even if they are BFly raised, they will eventually fully recover. You can distinguish up to 1 trillion different smells, but there are people who can't. This condition is called anosmia. Your nose and ears are the only parts of the body that never stop growing. Nails and hair are not parts of the body. They don't grow like arms and legs, and are made of the same material, keratin. There is no rational reason why wisdom teeth appear, and some people never grow them. Your memory can hold up to 4 terabytes of information. Perhaps that's why some less important memories disappear to make room for new and more important ones. Most of the time, you breathe air through one nostril. Over time they switch. You can live with one paired organ, and with eye, arm, leg, or even one kidney and lung. There are conditions where the stomach needs to be removed, but you can still live and eat normally after that. If the brain is flattened, it becomes the size of a pillowcase. The ability to wiggle your ears confirms the theory of evolution. Our ancestors used it to detect enemies and prey, like other animals. By the way, only 30% of those who can wiggle their ears can wiggle only one ear. The blood in your body travels around the earth in just 2 days. Almost a third of your life is spent sleeping, and your cat spends 75% of its life sleeping. Your eyes are closed for almost 40% of your life, including not only sleep but also blinking, which accounts for 10% of waking time. If you are very hungry, your stomach starts to eat its own walls. Your brain does too. You feel dehydrated when you lose about 1% of the water in your body, and if you lose 5%, you will faint. The small intestine is actually 4 times longer than the large intestine, 6 meters versus 1.5 meters. By the evening, you are shorter than you were in the morning. This is because the spine stretches at night, but gravity affects it during the day. It is very difficult, but you can sneeze with your eyes open. You can't swallow food and breathe at the same time, but children can. Your paired organs are not symmetrical, the right kidney is lower than the left, and the lungs are different in size and shape. Contrary to popular myth, we use 100% of our brain. Just not all the time. Your hands would be half as strong without your little fingers. The enamel on your teeth is not white but transparent and slightly bluish. The dentin, the layer below the enamel, is also not white but yellow. The eyes do not capture a continuous image like a video, for example. They capture a continuous series of individual pictures that the brain pieces together. On average, the weight of your body consists not only of your own weight but also of the weight of all the bacteria living inside and outside you. They can weigh up to 2 kilograms 300 grams. In total, it amounts to 6 kilograms 300 grams if you add the skin you shed during the year. And although the brain makes up only 2% of your total weight, it consumes about 20% of all energy. You feel nauseous on roller coasters because the brain thinks it is poisoned. And it's all because of the dizziness. So there you have it. There are people who don't smell bad. And the reason is that they have fewer skin bacteria, which cause the smell. When you scream, endorphins reduce the volume of your scream. Otherwise, you would go deaf. After eating, you relax and want to sleep because of the hormone serotonin. This is a legacy passed down from our ancestors. Endorphins, also known as the happiness hormone, are released every time you sneeze. Sometimes your brain makes mistakes, but there are special neurons that track errors and send the correct signals to the body. You can tickle yourself, but you won't laugh. There is a tickling sensation as if a bug is crawling on your skin. You can mimic it. You can always see your nose with your peripheral vision, but you just choose not to notice it. The hormone dissolves in stomach acid. If you swallow a coin, don't worry. Smell plays an important role in enjoying flavors. If you can't smell something, it will affect the taste as well. If your fingertips were the size of a planet, you would have very large hands, and they could feel every building and even cars. What you see is already a bit outdated. Before being sent to the eyes, the image is sent to the brain and processed there. This takes 60 milliseconds. You are more likely to catch a cold if you breathe through your mouth. The nose filters most particles and warms the air. The tips of your fingers, the shape of your tongue print, and your brain are unique. No one else has them. Your brain could power a light bulb with the electricity it produces when awake. You could digest grass only if you had 2 stomachs, like a cow. Good thing that's not the case. There are from 100 million to 1 billion bacteria living on your teeth. That's too much. If you unwind and stretch your DNA into a line, it would stretch from Earth to Pluto and back. Wow, muscles can contract on their own when you are under severe stress, or if you have recently consumed a lot of coffee or sweets. Your brain is a temperature sensor. If the skin is too hot, it sends a signal to start sweating, and when it gets too cold, you start to shiver. Shivering is a natural reaction to cold. Rapid muscle contractions help you warm up faster, like rubbing your palms together. Ringing in the ears has a scientific name, tinnitus, and is provoked by stress. Ironically, it causes even more stress. Your hands and feet get cold when you are about to have an important meeting, because the body prepares for serious stress and preserves heat and blood for the most important organs. The skull consists of 22 different bones. 14 of them are located on the face. Hiccups are a reaction that occurs if you overeat or overdrink. The stomach expands and causes the diaphragm above it to contract. One cell of the human body can be seen with the naked eye. It is called an egg cell. The skin is the largest organ of your body. There are people who can hear their eyes move in their head. In the gym, you can't build muscles on your fingers because there are no muscles in them. We move our fingers with tendons in our forearms. Nails on the hands grow faster than on the feet because they are more often exposed to the sun. On Earth, there are only 43 people in the blood group that does not have Rh antigens. Such blood is called golden. Eye color can change over a lifetime. This is very noticeable in childhood when a child is born, for example, with black eyes, and over time they become brown. A difference in the level of the pigment melanin can cause heterochromia, or different eye colors in one person. Huskies are naturally predisposed to this. Teeth are the only part of the body that cannot heal themselves. Humans are the only species on Earth that sleeps on their back. Well, I would argue with that. Look at my dog Riley when she sleeps on her back. Blue eye color is actually a mutation that appeared about 10,000 years ago. Before that, most people had brown eyes. Freckles cannot appear in newborns because they have not been in the sun. You have freckles if melanin is unevenly distributed in the skin. Laziness is not a state of mind, but a complex bodily reflex. It is how the body reacts to an overwhelming number of tasks. You sweat when you are stressed because the body needs to cool down before taking action. The palms sweat first so you can grab something firmly. Laughing at the wrong time is normal because laughter relieves stress well. The stomach rumbles because the digestive process begins. If you hear it and your stomach is empty, it's time to eat. The main food for the stomach is glucose or sugar, so you crave sweets when you are doing intellectual work. The spots you see when looking at a bright surface are imperfections inside the eyes. They block the light, making them visible. Hypnic jerks are involuntary twitches during sleep when you wake up with the feeling of falling. They happen when all muscles relax simultaneously and the brain doesn't like it. You feel heavy and awkward when you're tired because the nerves can't properly respond to the brain's commands. Time to sleep. Cracking your joints is absolutely safe. The sounds are just bubbles of air popping. The air will naturally return there later. Even identical twins can look completely different. This happens in mixed pairs. Besides ordinary albinism, there is another type called ocular albinism. In this case, melanin disappears only from the eyes, making them almost colorless. Almost a quarter of your bones are in your legs, and they are all very important. They affect your posture and the functioning of your internal organs. Hair grows about 15 centimeters a year. Over a lifetime, more than 12 meters of hair grows. Not to mention the hair on the legs, that's a whole different story. Everything is done on the right side. Even chewing gum is chewed on the right side of the jaw. By the age of 60, you will likely have lost half of your taste receptors. That's why it seems like food tasted better in childhood. Almost half of the people get goosebumps when they listen to their favorite music. This is a pleasure mechanism that is triggered when you and your body like something. You burn more calories when you sleep than when you watch TV or YouTube. So it's time to sleep. And now for the quiz. I warned you. What is the recently discovered tissue between organs and muscles called? Write in the comments. If you learned something new today, like this video and share with friends. And here are some more cool videos you might enjoy.